Dear players, Patch Notes 1.9.12 update is coming. In this update, we have made the following changes to improve the game experience. Hero revamp, Hanzo, Akuma Ninja. Hero adjustments, Lancelot, Lucas Alice, and more. From the designers. We've noticed that there has been significant controversy regarding the recent removal of mana for physical heroes. We also realized that we didn't explain our reasons in detail in our previous announcement. Therefore, we'll like to discuss this with you again. We kept receiving feedback from everyone saying, Hero A's mana cost is too high, Hero B is too mana hungry. We continued to reduce the skill mana cost for some heroes. As we optimize more heroes, we have reconsidered the value of mana in Moba Legends. Currently, half of the physical heroes don't have mana, and among those physical heroes with mana, most don't need to carefully manage their mana, example, Arlott, Wan, Carry, etc. To provide mana and mana regen for a few physical heroes, physical equipment needs to retain these attributes, but these attributes are redundant for other physical heroes. Mana management remains an essential element in MOBA games. Many magic heroes also have mechanics related to mana. Therefore, it is not appropriate to completely remove mana. It is a reasonable design for heroes who cast magic skills to consume mana. This also helps more players distinguish the type of damage dealt by heroes. In the future, when players see a hero with mana, they can be certain that the hero can deal magic damage. Eventually, we decided to make a bold attempt, which is the removal of mana for physical heroes, along with the following adjustments. 1. A small number of physical heroes will have energy system added to maintain their core gameplay. Such as Lancelot, it's worth mentioning that the adjustments to Saber are unrelated to this mana removal. We hope to see Saber appear more as a jungler rather than other positions. 2. For some physical heroes that are already strong on the official server, we will make additional adjustments considering the impact of mana removal, such as Roger, Terizla, etc. 3. For some magic heroes with unreasonable mana cost, we will take this opportunity to adjust, improving their skill casting experience. 4. Related equipment and purple buff will be adjusted accordingly. We hope our adjustment approach helps you understand our purpose and ideas. We also welcome your suggestions once again. New and revamped heroes. Revamped hero, Akuma Ninja Hanzo. Hero feature, a ninja who combines ninjutsu with demon blood. In this revamped design for Hanzo, we aim to make the following optimizations. 1. Balance Hanzo's counter relationships with other heroes, reduce Hanzo's vulnerability to assassins who can easily find and kill his body, while increasing the counter play options for enemy heroes when Hanzo's ultimate is active. 2. Hanzo no longer needs to accumulate demon blood to release his ultimate. The ultimate will now have a fixed duration. 3. Give Hanzo some combat capability when his ultimate is not active. On the other hand, we've been meticulously refining Hanzo's visual update. Passive aim no Habakiri. Damage dealt by Hanzo's basic attack or skills inflicts a stack of dark ninjutsu on the target, up to 5 stacks. Each stack of dark ninjutsu increases the damage of Skill 1. Skill 1 Ninjutsu, Demon Feast. Hanzo deals physical damage to enemy targets, including enemy heroes. If the target is a creep with max stacks of Dark Ninjutsu, then the target will be devoured and Hanzo will recover HP.I in Henkiage form. Skill 1 deals extra damage based on the lost HP of enemy heroes with full Ninjutsu stacks and recovers Hanzo's HP. Skill 2 Ninjutsu, Soul Reap. Hanzo dashes in the target direction, leaving a dark mist in his path, dealing physical damage to enemies in the area and slowing them. In Henkiage form, Skill 2 deals increased damage and briefly knocks targets airborne. Ultimate, Kenjutsu, Pinnacle Ninja. Hanzo charges into battle as Henkiage, invincible during this period. consuming 12.5 energy every second, can be reduced with purple buff. When energy is depleted, Hanzo will be slowly drawn to. In Hankiage form, Skill 2 deals increased damage and briefly knocks targets airborne. Ultimate, Kenjutsu, Pinnacle Ninja. Hanzo charges into battle as Hankiage, invincible during this period, consuming 12.5 energy every second, can be reduced with purple buff. Hero Adjustment. Alice is getting buff. We have adjusted Alice's skill set, giving her a new ultimate and passive while simultaneously adjusting the effects of her other skills to make her more engaging to play. Attributes. Skill 1 is getting nerf. Damage, from 400 to 600 plus 120% of total magic power, and now 400 to 600 plus 60% of total magic power. Skill 2 is adjusted. Cooldown, 6 C-counts and now 7 to 5 C-counts. Bonus damage, 2.5% to 5% plus, 0.3% of total magic power, 9% of enemies max HP, 49% to 8% of enemies max HP. Passive is getting buff. Alice enters the blood draining state upon damaging an enemy hero or a legend creep 3 times, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies per second, during which she recovers HP each time she damages an enemy. The duration is reset when she hits an enemy hero or a legend creep with a basic attack or skill. Alice's basic attacks deal magic damage based on her physical attack, magic power, and HP. Ultimate is getting buff. Alice spreads her blood wings, dealing magic damage to all enemies in range and applying blood curse to all enemy heroes hit. Blood curse will explode after a certain time, dealing extra damage and restoring Alice's HP. Lucas is getting buff. Partially reverting previous adjustments. Flash combo is getting buff. Spin damage, 100 to 200 plus 35% total physical attack is now 100 to 200 plus 50% total physical attack. Lolita is getting nerf. Lolita's skill 2 has a strong counter effect against enemy marksmen or heroes who shoot projectiles. This makes the countered enemy heroes feel powerless when facing Lolita, while also limiting her usage scenarios. We want to preserve this feature but need to adjust its counter strength. Additionally, after the last adjustment, we increased the efficiency of Lolita's passive shield, but it also allowed her to gain too much win rate through equipment like Flask of the Oasis. In this adjustment, we aim to balance the benefits of her different builds while further optimizing the efficiency of her passive shield. Passive is getting nerf. Revamped, the Numenon Energy Core keeps generating energy to enhance Lolita. Every second, it charges 1 stack, accumulating up to 15 stacks. When Lolita casts a skill, she will use all the charged stacks to grant a shield to herself and nearby allied heroes. Each stack provides shield of 20 plus 19% extra max HP plus 5% total magic power, lasting for 5 C-counts. Skill 1 is adjusted. Passive shield trigger, before the first dash and now after the first dash. Roger is getting nerf. We aim to further reduce Roger's mobility in the early and mid-game, unrelated to mana adjustments. Ultimate. Cooldown, from 6 to 4.5 seconds is now 9 to 4.5 seconds. Hylos is getting nerf. Thanks to the revamp of some equipment, Hylos has gradually shown dominance in ranked matches. After observing, we found that some equipment adjustments on the advanced server had little impact on him. Therefore, we will make separate nerfs to him. We want to maintain Hylos' strong early game performance, so this adjustment reduces his HP in late game. HP growth reduces from 360 to 260. Lancelot is getting buff. In last week's modifications to Lancelot, We were a bit too strict with his energy restrictions, resulting in Lancelot being unable to use his skill 1 many times without the purple buff. We do not intend to nerf Lancelot, so we have increased the energy regen when skill 1 hits a target. Energy regen from 35 to 40. Suyo, ID getting nerf. Suyo's snowballing ability was too strong. We will nerf his early and mid-game combat capability, hoping that he will need some equipment support to achieve low cooldown and high damage reduction. Passive, nerf. Cooldown of all skills, then 7 seconds and now 8 seconds. Damage reduction in immortal form, 20% base, plus 19% for every 20 extra physical attack is now 10% base, plus 19% for every 15 extra physical attack, maximum 40% remains unchanged. Zask is getting nerf. After a series of optimizations, Zask has become a bit too strong. We will slightly nerf his damage output. Skill 1, nerf. Nightmaric spawn base damage from 60 is now 50.